It's interesting how you want to be remembered.
So I asked the question about what I hope the legacy is.
When thinking about your legacy, what are people going to remember about you, about your operation?
It's been an honor to be part of the Simmental family. And like any family, there is a legacy. And to me, the legacy is so important to continue on.
I hope the legacy for the next generation have the passion for our breed that we have spent a lifetime building.
When we talk about Wilf Davis, that's a whole different story altogether. He was a gentleman, great cattleman, good judge of cattle and people.
You know, he's just such a likable guy, and I mean, everybody knew him. And you know, when Wilf walked in the room, I don't think you had to introduce him to anybody. Everybody kind of knew him. So young people need to look up to people like that because they had so much to give. I mean, Wilf was just a giver. He just, if you ask a question, he had an answer. You know, and he was a remarkable man. Really, he really was.
Wilf was a very personable person, and he had lots of knowledge. And as young producers, it was always good to have Wilf as a resource. Whether you had a question about a Simmental cattle or you had a question about something about breeding cattle, Wilf was always willing to give you some advice or say, here, this is who you should talk to.
Wilf was quiet. When he talked, people wanted to listen. He's knowledgeable. Very knowledgeable in the Simmentals and in cattle in general. And he could talk with confidence.
Wilf was a great ambassador for our Simmental breed. He, like I said before, he didn't matter who you were, he would talk to you and that. And he done so much for the breed, and promoting, and like Bar 5. Also, the Simmental breed was kind of Bar 5 at one time, and he was him and John Draper were great promoters.
Wilf was top of the list for being genuine and genuinely wanting to help people, and his integrity, without a doubt. There's a lot of people that still try to operate on a handshake in business dealings and whatever. That crowd's getting a lot smaller. Sorry, but that's true. And but Wilf was one that you could take his handshake and put it in the bank.